Welcome to the internet.
A good chunk of your time is actually spent.
Hello, chat. Today, the plan is simple. I'm just kidding. I just have always wanted to say that, to be completely honest. I wanted to feel the power run through my veins. And you know what, chat? It's true. Today, the plan is simple, okay? We have a lovely stream prepared. Normally I stream Minecraft, but on Thursdays, we do what I like to call PowerPoint Thursday, even though technically it's Google Slides. uh, where I make a PowerPoint and present it all to you because high school taught me a lot about PowerPoints, and I would be very upset if I never used that knowledge once. So here we are. We have a fantastic PowerPoint today, of course. It says it in the title. I'm going to be doing a boy band Hunger Games, meaning I'm going to decide which boy bands I could defeat in hand-to-hand battle. But before we do that, I want to show you all something. Can I do that? Can I show you all something? Hold on. Let me pause Reunited chat. So I noticed, it occurred to me, right, that all big Minecraft YouTubers have a Minecraft parody. Captain Sparkles, Obvi, Ant Venom, Let's Go, Technoblade even has fucking Blitz, you know? I'm unaware if Dream has a Minecraft parody. It's unimportant to me. Fuck Dream. Uh, so I realized that, that was a trend I should hop on. That was the meta, if you will. And I decided that I should make my own Minecraft parody. And I did. And it took me about 3 days, chat. And I actually have a story that I think is funny that I will tell after I show you my beautiful Minecraft parody. So, chat, I'm really excited to show this to you all. There we go. Right there. Are you ready, chat? Are you ready for this? It's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely incredible. This is called Glow Squids Are Ruining My Life by me. I've just noticed it's too quiet for you to hear on stream, and I don't know how to make it louder. Oh well. The point is, chat, you should head over there and look at it. My YouTube link is in my description. You can just click on it. It'll bring you right over, and you can listen to Glow Squids or Ruining My Life. And this is good because I didn't want to give you all of it. But let me tell you, it is probably the greatest Minecraft parody of all time. So, and that's saying a lot, I think, personally. So, let me get reunited back on. Jesus. Hold on. That's loud in my ears. Okay. Chat, but the funny story that I can't tell you, even though Glow Squids are ruining my life, it was very quiet, is that apparently that doesn't take me out of the dating pool. Because here's the thing, chat. I pull bitches. But at the same time, I never ever speak to women ever because they intimidate me. So I pull bitches, but in a metaphorical sense. I could if I could. So I had just finished Glow Squids Are Ruining My Life. I had just dropped that sick ass beat. And then I decided to leave my desk because I had a job interview. And unfortunately, currently, that is more important than my Glow Squid parodies. And I actually mentioned this job in the last stream, and I did get it, which is very PogChamp. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to celebrate. So I went down to our school's dining hall, because I'm in college, and I decided to get myself a thing of strawberries to celebrate. And listen, chat. There's no such thing as gaydar, but they were GNC as fuck, bro. GNC as fuck. And I was immediately like, this person's not straight, right? Like, I can recognize that. And they started flirting with me. And I'm not entirely certain that they started flirting with me. But they said I was cute, and they said I had pretty eyes. And I might have ruined it because they said, you have really pretty eyes. There's like specks of red in them. And then I decided to go, yeah, that's my demonic half. We win these, chat. We win these. And also, I gave them my Instagram, which has my Twitch link. So hopefully they don't watch this. But if they do, if you were flirting with me, thanks. It boosted my confidence a lot. You were super attractive and also really sweet. I feel rude just saying super attractive. I'm not trying to be shallow here. But thanks. And if you weren't flirting with me, PSA, you cannot go around to gay people telling them that their eyes are cute and that their eyes are pretty and that they're cute because you're gonna make a lesbian fall in love with you. Lucky for you, I am not a lesbian. I am pansexual. But if I were a lesbian, I would have fallen in love. Is that gonna upset lesbians? I hope not. Anyways, so I just think there's something very ironic about the fact that the same day that I finished a Minecraft Glow Squid parody, a very pretty person, I think, hit on me. So, listen, all I'm saying is that I'm a god and that Minecraft just makes you that much hotter. I don't make the rules. Yeah, that's my story, chat. Go on over there and watch that video if you want. So, let's see. So, let's
Are you
get
feeling heartbroken over a
my
copyright
God,
claim on your latest?
No. Stop. Chat. I keep on getting ads. I don't have YouTube Pro or Premium or whatever the fuck they call it. I don't have that. And I refuse to get it because I'm a poor college student. And I swear to God, there's more ads today than usual. YouTube was like, we need more money. Run the ads. I need a better video. Better soundtrack. Let's do snipper clips. This is like a good PowerPoint soundtrack, right? Yeah. Alright, let me boot up the PowerPoint, chat. Well, I guess I can't full screen till I get there. Alright, chat. Which boy bands I could beat in hand-to-hand combat. Now, before we begin this, I want to make some things clear. I saw the first 2 Hunger Games movies. I think I might have seen parts of the third one, but I also remember never finishing it because I thought it was boring. I have never read a single Hunger Games book, but I do know quite a bit about murder and boy bands. So I'm what you could consider an expert on this field, okay? So I'm just gonna full screen that bit. Alright, chat. Which boy bands I could beat in hand-to-hand combat by me, because no one knows better than I do, alright? Why does this question need answering? People ask themselves that most of the time. When someone walks up to you out of the blue and they're like, would you like to know who I could kill? Usually people would like to know why. The police force would call it a motive. It's very simple, actually. My motive is very, very reasonable. I also like to think that it's very selfless in nature. I'm just trying to do some good. As in, people don't fear me enough, I feel. You know, I live in this city, and there's just some people you cross the street to avoid. And I don't want women to cross the street to avoid me. I want women to walk right up to me and say, hello, how are you? But I would like men to cross the street because they're in fear of me. So I figure letting everyone know who I can and can't kill will make people fear me more, because that's what I want. I want to be feared and revered. Also, if you hear me chewing, I have blueberries and M&Ms, which are two very similar foods. Okay. People do not fear me enough. It's my professional opinion. Speaking as someone who fears a lot of people, I think people should fear me. Okay? So, in order to start this debate, we need to discuss, of course, my stats. Because who I can beat entirely depends on my own abilities, right, chat? So, let's get into my abilities, right? First of all, I have HP of 420, obvi. Jesus. Listen, it was either that or 69, okay? I'm crass. Anyways, my HP 420. That is solid right there. That's a decent amount of health. I could take out most beginner level bosses with that, right? Next, species. I, of course, am a girl boss. I'm actually a purebred. My ancestors, they were actually some of the first gaslighters and gatekeepers of the Byzantine Empire. I'm just saying words now, but the point is, I am a girl boss, and that does boost my charisma stat quite a bit, just naturally. +4 multiplier. Skills. I did karate for what I think is 2 years. It was when I was very little. Honestly, don't remember it that much. And I ended up leaving because I was getting bullied by other kids who knew karate at the karate studio. But I did leave with a blue with a green striped belt, okay? And I do remember first kata, all right? It's in the shape of an eye, and I could do it. And as long as the boy bands are standing in an eye formation, I could defeat them with the knowledge I gained from that. Next, men are easily seduced by me. I don't know what it is. They just fall to their knees. Probably because of my species. Let's be real, girl boss. Okay? So men, they're easily seduced by me, which is good for me and bad for them, because I will never love them the same way that they love me, and it will make them all the more easier to kill. Okay? And then lastly, of course, I am a gamer, all right? I play Bed Wars, and Bed Wars is only a few steps away from mass genocide, so, like, I'm pretty much there. And also, I played Valorant once. I did, which means that I have a license to kill from Riot Games. And motive? I would like to reverse some of God's work. Not necessarily because I think he did it wrong,
but just because I feel like God doesn't have an arch enemy and he needs one. And I know some of you are going to go, well, what about Satan? And first of all, have you ever seen Satan and I in the same room? And also, second of all, I would argue that as of recent, Satan hasn't really done much because I don't know about you, but I haven't seen any new chapters published in the Bible. Like, nothing's been happening as of recent, and I think God's getting a little lazy, and I think that's why he's throwing out so many pasty white men. So, I would like to reverse some of his work, and also give him some obstacles. You know, give him something to work around, because right now he's going in a straight line, and I don't think he deserves that. Okay? So, these are my stats. Clearly, tier S. Now, the boy bands. First off, we have One Direction. These boys. That photo is very blurry. For some reason, I could not find any One Direction photos that weren't shit. And of course, I didn't look for more than 2 seconds because I don't give a fuck about One Direction. But I think that says something about how much the world currently cares about One Direction. However, I bet I could find a decent amount of very good photos of Harry Styles. That sounds like I have a crush on Harry Styles. I do not. So One Direction. I could defeat 1D, okay? First of all, because they only have 1D, and I have way more. Penis joke. Reasoning behind why I could beat One Direction. First of all, I do not know their names, and therefore I will feel no remorse. It's impossible to cry at the funeral of a man whose name you do not remember well enough to put it on his tombstone, okay? I would feel zero remorse. Harry Styles is in love with me, so he would hesitate. Now, that's very true. Harry Styles is madly in love with me. What can I say? It's because I am so incredibly attractive and funny and attractive and funny. So he would hesitate. He would not pull the trigger, at least not right away. Whereas, transversely, I will not hesitate because Harry Styles means so little to me. In a video game. Is this all TOS? In a video game. This is all in a video game. This is all in a video game. I would not hesitate. People named Neil do not have an HP over 23. And you're probably asking me, well, Keep, what does that have to do with One Direction? 4 of them are named Neil. So 4 of them don't have an HP over 23, which means the boss battle here is Harry Styles, okay? And if Harry Styles is the boss battle, you're basically winning the entire level, all right? So I would win, clearly. I go into a blood rampage when I see British people. This is also true. I don't even need to hear them speak. I don't even need to, hear their accent. They just walk in, and I can tell from the turtleneck and the malaria, I can just tell that they're British. And, do you blame me? Fuck the British. And I already know what makes me beautiful, so I do not need to keep them alive to tell me. Name One Direction song other than What Makes You Beautiful. You fucking can't, and if you can, no you cannot. And if the only thing they can contribute to this society is telling me what makes me beautiful, I don't fucking need them. Throw out the broken toaster. Can I get an amen? Next. Big Time Rush. These guys, who actually, I saw on Twitter, are apparently, quote-unquote, coming back. But I don't want them to. Because I'll give you a hint, they don't look like that anymore. And it's not old people. Well, actually it is, because fuck old people. But, no, it's because I just think that something should stay not live. I just think something should stay dead. So, I would win against Big Time Rush very easily, mind you. Let's take a look at the reasoning for this one. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. First of all, I watched their show as a child, so I have memorized their fighting patterns, which means they wouldn't very easily win in a fight against me. Like, I know what Logan's gonna do. I know all his moves. He can only memorize 4, so like a Pokemon. So I think I could beat him pretty easily. Next, I think that I could pull off a good Gustavo cosplay, which I would use to infiltrate the enemy lines. I don't think this needs much more explaining. They were very afraid of him, and they looked up to him quite a bit. And so, if I could approach them dressed as Gustavo, I could basically defeat them with my hands behind my back. They both fear him and respect him and trust him, and yeah, I would use that to their disadvantage. Next, I know their weakness. Also, Nickelodeon breeds pussies, okay? I said it here. Nickelodeon breeds pussies, and I could defeat a pussy. I mean, look at them. They don't look that scary to me. Next, the Jonas Brothers. Who didn't see them coming? We all know Joe Jonas and Nick Jonas and the other one. We all saw Jumanji. I would crush them. I would absolutely destroy and demolish the Jonas Brothers. Okay? First, I would simply seduce them and watch as their government-sanctioned purity rings turn them to dust at the first sign of arousal, okay? I've seen the South Park episode. I know that Mickey Mouse has a hit on them at all times, alright? I go up to them, I say, "Hey baby, what's popping?" And then they say, "Oh my god, that was so hot." And then they die. They get Thanos snapped. Okay? You actually, I'm sure you didn't know this, but if you take a look at the subtext of the Infinity War movie, you'll notice that half of the universe actually didn't die because of Thanos. They died because half of them fell in love with me while they had their purity rings on. Which sucks for them. And also, their hair is lowering their HP. I mean, look at that shit. Okay. Like, in that photo right there, I want to say that Nick Jonas's hair is the best. And when that's the best hair in the picture, you don't want to think about the worst hair in the picture. I mean, Jesus. My God. That's a lot. And it's lowering their HP. It's like the opposite of Samson. I hope that's the guy in the Bible who got his power from his hair, because fuck if I know the Bible. Next, New Kids on the Block. Now, an oldie but goodie. Most of you probably know this more from it than you do from their music. I would also crush them. I would destroy them easily. And I think you can tell from just the photo here, but again, I'm going to add in my reasoning just to help my points make a little more sense. So, first off, anyone who wears a denim jacket is submissive and breedable. I said what I said, and you will see right here that that man is wearing a denim jacket, okay? I could destroy him, alright? I mean, enough said, right? They aren't wearing any armor. I mean, their jeans are ripped, so even their clothes aren't providing them much cover. But you'll notice here, I do not see any chainmail, which means that they would get impaled. And that's on them. And next, they cannot run away because there is a fence behind them blocking the only escape route. Which honestly is on them. I mean, they should have picked a better area, tactically speaking, you know. Like the high ground, or a place that, you know, where they weren't stuck inside of a cage. But in that photo right there, easy kill in a video game. Now, it has occurred to me that there are some boy bands that could go either way, okay? We call this equilibrium, okay? But not the dog boy, cat boy scale. This is a much more important equilibrium called the kill and not kill scale. Next are the boy bands, whom I could defeat if the moon was in the correct position and 3 or more of them were already on low health. Okay? So you need a certain amount of like predeterminers here. But if they were all in place, I could do it. I could definitely do it. Okay? First one. The Backstreet Boys. Okay? We knew they were going to show up. We just didn't really know where. Here is a photo of them. They might defeat me. They might defeat me. All right? Reasoning being, first of all of them have bloodlust in their eyes. Even the one whose eyes you can't see. You can just tell. Like, it's obvious. You know. I don't even have to explain. Look at the photo. Bloodlust. The man in the hat intimidates me. He just does. Raw power. Sort of a Shaggy from Scooby-Doo type thing. The man in the suspenders looks like he has never felt an emotion. That would be the one next to the man in the hat. He genuinely creeps me out. I don't know what it is. I think it's his eyes. I also kind of think it's the way he's sneering at me, but he looks like he could be a cyborg. He looks like he could be that one fuck from the Alien movie that Ripley doesn't like. However, I think their bowl cuts could provide me with enough rage that I might win. I think it's possible. I think there is a chance. You know, similar to how mothers lift cars off babies, I would witness the bowl cut and I would simply lift their souls from their bodies. It's possible. It's possible. And possible enough, in fact, that I think I could win. And they all appear to be beta males. Now, of course, I'm not certain. Appearances can be deceiving. Perhaps one of them is a Sigma or an Alpha, in which case the fight just got a whole lot harder, which is why they may or may not defeat me, because I think that they're all beta males, but I can't be certain from this photo. And I know some of you are going to say, well, Keep, the one in the hat's clearly an alpha male. I wouldn't be so sure. I think he might be fronting. Next, NSYNC. That's right. The boys. Look at them. I'm going to be real. Before I looked up this photo, I had never known what they looked like, and I was not expecting them to look like that. I'm worried about my odds. I'm not convinced I'd lose, but I am a little nervous. Okay? Reasoning. I think there's a chance they were grown in a lab. I'm not certain, but like, something about them is kind of similar. I don't know what it is, but something about like the center of their face and also kind of their mouth looks similar. And also the dude on the left looks like he was stretched in Photoshop. But anyways, if they were grown in a lab, that means that they have enhanced stamina because they aren't human. They kind of look like they might hate crime me. I'm not certain. I think they might. They kind of look like they might hate crime me. God momentarily possessed them to write the gospel song "Bye Bye Bye," which unfortunately means that they are now technically prophets, even though they are not currently profiting. Well, they are profiting off the song. It's a good one. I'm eating a blueberry for that one. They're not currently active prophets. Despite that, though, they still maintain some of the, enhanced profit bonuses. Because, admittedly, I've not yet let the good Lord into my soul. Meaning that I do not have the same profit stats they do. And however, my saving grace is that any moment I could become the Antichrist. And then we will be on even playing fields, because then I will be the good Lord Satan's prophet. And with her on my side, I would win. And I could seduce half of them and start infighting. I'm kind of convinced. I think I could stretch the long man. Stretch the long man. Oh my god. I feel bad.
but it's so deep ingrained in me that this man is stretched. I think I could seduce the long man. I also think that I could seduce the two sitting in the front. And if I could seduce three of them, two of them will get jealous, and the three of them will fight over me, and they'll basically destroy themselves from the inside. But does that count as me beating them? Or is that them beating them? I think it's me. Next. Hanson. These guys. I'd probably win, but I'm not certain. Now, for those that don't know, Hanson's the band that did that bop song, like bop, dibby da bop, doo wop, dibby da bop. That one. That's Hanson. My reasoning for why I'd probably win, but I'm not certain. It might surprise you. First of all, one of them turned into an absolute unit of a man. Handsome as hell. I don't know which of the three, because they all look exactly the same. But one of them turned into quite the man. Which worries me because he might be able to seduce me. They might beat my ass, and then write a catchy song about it. Something about them gives off a violent energy. I don't know what it is. It might be the fact that they look identical and therefore give off some sort of an uncanny valley iRobot feel. But I don't know. Something in their eyes just looks a little like they're looking through the camera at me. And in particular, the one on the right is saying, "Try me, bitch." And I don't know if I feel comfortable trying him. Next. They might remove their glasses and reveal that they studied under a sensei in the mountains. Again, going back to the violent energy I feel of just like some chaotic force I can't yet begin to understand behind their eyes. They look like they know something I don't, and that they're moments away from telling me, and that whatever it is going to make me shit my pants. However, they are three pasty white men, so I still have a chance. I feel like my saving grace is I could girl boss them, probably. I think that would be pretty simple. They don't look like they would be able to out girl boss me. Yeah. So, I'd probably win. This is one of the ones I'm more certain about on the list of ones that I'm uncertain about. So Tom Hardy once said, "We are all flawed human beings," and I love Tom Hardy. He played Venom, and I love Venom. I am in love with Venom, and so he said that. And coming from such a pretty man, a pretty Australian man, I thought to myself, well, maybe he's right. And then I realized, no, I disagree, and because mainly because he has not met me, but I have no flaws. None at all. I have no fatal flaws. And as such, I have also listed boy bands who would defeat me because I possess no hubris. I possess no fatal flaw. Because I'm perfect. And apparently Tom Hardy has never met me, or he would not have said this quote. Or perhaps he heard of me after. God fears me, but these next few boy bands don't. And that's okay. First one. Boys to Men. They would destroy me. They would crush me. I would be dead where I stand. Reasoning. Their clothing is absolutely fantastic, and my clothing is not, and their sense of style would just instantly kill me. I would be so embarrassed arriving to our battle because of how much they outswagged me. I would simply die on the spot. I mean, their shades alone are stronger than I am. They have maxed out their charisma stat, and I have not. Despite my girl boss, which gives me a natural bonus, I have not tried to max it out past that, because I figured it was enough with my natural bonus. I was wrong. These men have maxed out their charisma stat, and they would kick my ass. They would seduce me. Yes, they would seduce me first, because their charisma stat is higher than mine, which means in a battle of seduction, they will come out victorious, and that's okay. That's okay. Honestly, I'd probably thank them.
I'd probably say thank you for using that maxed out charisma stat on me. I mean, seriously, have you heard the song I'll Make Love to You? It would be an honor for them to defeat me in combat. And I stand by that. Because I'll Make Love to You was in the Happy Feet movie. And that is one of the greatest movies of all time. So if they could write a solid bop good enough to put in the Happy Feet movie, I mean, it's good enough for me. I'd lose, and I'd be happy doing it. Next. 5 Seconds of Summer. These guys. They would beat me within an inch of my life. Now, I'm going to say something interesting, which is I have never really looked at the guys from 5 Seconds of Summer before, and as such, I didn't entirely know what they looked like, but I'll tell you one thing. I did not expect them to look like that. So I was shocked. And I'm not saying they're ugly. I'm just saying that I think I pictured, like, bad boy emo guys, and what I got was a man in a beanie. That's it. My reasoning behind why they would destroy me. I would hesitate because I like their music. I think that their music is pretty good, and before I pulled, the trigger in a video game, I would think to myself, well, I don't know. Because I'd be robbing the world of some good music. And unfortunately, that would be my undoing. Next, they are attractive, but in a rat kind of way, and so they could probably seduce me first, because I like rats. What can I say? So there's a chance. I'm not saying it's 0. It could happen. It could happen. I read a Luke Hemmings fanfiction once, and I think he could smell it on me. I think he would know. It's really tragic. Because I only read it once because my friend told me to. And I did, and it was on Tumblr. And it was pretty good. I cannot lie. People write good 5-sauce fanfictions. So yeah, I think a couple of sniffs, I would be out cold. He would know, and he would sense weakness on me. And being the alpha male that he is, he would immediately use that to... Well, he would know I was submissive and breedable, wouldn't he? And then I'd be done. Next, BTS. I don't think anyone thought I would win, honestly. My God. I'm dead where I stand. I have never been more... Out of all of the boy bands I'm going to list today, this was the only one I didn't think twice about. The rest of them, I was like, well, maybe. No. BTS would absolutely destroy me. They would beat my ass. That's what BTS stands for. It stands for beat that ass. My reasoning. First of all, the army would kill me before I even made it to them. And you might be thinking to yourself, Peep, do you mean the fandom army? Or do you mean the national army? And I mean both. I mean whichever one gets to me first. I'm dead. I used to be a BTS stan. This isn't entirely true, actually, because what people qualify as a stan, I was not. But I did listen to their music for about a year and a half in either late middle school or early high school. I listened to their music quite a bit. And I'm willing to admit that. I'm willing to admit. And the same with the Luke Hemmings, how he would smell the fan fiction on me and immediately know. I think that they would smell on me that I used to listen to Boy in Love. And then I think they would slowly dance towards me, synchronized with one another, and I would instantly melt. They are all very attractive, and literally each of them could seduce me, most assuredly. Quicker than I could seduce them. If we're thinking about this in an actual timeline, I could probably seduce 1, maybe 2, but by the time I get to the third one, 5, 6, and 7 are seducing me. So at the very best, I get through half of them. That's another thing. BTS, they outnumber me. it's the biggest boy band I've covered so far today. I mean, what am I gonna do against 7 of them? You know, again, I'm doomed. I think that they know spells. Um, in fact, I think that their songs might be spells. I'm a little convinced. I think that Boy in Love might have like some subliminal messages in it that's like, you know, telling me to join the army. And also, Jungkook would kick my ass, okay? I'm dead where I stand. That one man alone. Even if it was just a photo of Jungkook right there, and we were just doing him and not the entire band, I'd still be fucking dead. Next, One Direction. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking One Direction was already in this PowerPoint, and you said that you would defeat them easily, and you gave a ton of reasons. The very high res photo is back. You gave a ton of reasons, Keep, and yes, that's true. But I've changed my mind. I've reconsidered. My reasoning being, One Direction could buy me from my mother so that she could afford her drugs, and then I'd have to work as their slave, at which point I would be submissive and breedable, and they would seduce me. So, you know, enough said. I'm doomed. I've reconsidered. They could buy me. I've seen it happen, or at least I've read it happen on Wattpad, which is the world's leading source in viable material. And lastly, the Village People. These guys, that's right, YMCA themselves. I don't know if they count as a boy band, but I'm including them because they would kill me. Okay? Reasoning. Look at them. They do not fear anything. They don't fear me, and they don't fear you, and they certainly don't fear God, which I can't blame them for, because neither do I. But, like, still, I'm convinced that they might not fear God more than me. You know, because, like, if I don't fear God, because I don't believe in the fucker. But, like, if I went to the afterlife and God was standing there and he's like, bitch, I heard what you've been saying about me, I'd fear him then. Whereas I think that when these men die, and if God were to look at them and be like, I heard what you said about me, they'd be like, yeah, bitch, and what? And in that way they are stronger than I am. Because I'm a pussy. And one of them is a police officer. In conclusion, my odds are high, but I'm still in danger. And there's always a chance that one day BTS is just gonna come around a corner and just flex on me. That sucks. That really sucks. And that, my friends, is the end of today's PowerPoint. That was my take on which boy bands I could defeat in hand-to-hand combat. I'm very proud. Let me go back to the. You know what I need is I need like a little just chatting screen in my Streamlabs, because right now all I have is a be right back, which like isn't technically true. I'm still here. I need a little. We're just chatting. We're just talking. Someone's in chat. Hey yo, Keep, I'm here now. Hi Maud. Thank you. Hi Mars. Did you like the presentation? You can write it in chat. Did you like what you saw? You got here a little late, but that's okay. Did you like what you saw? Did you agree with my reasonings? Where'd my music go? I was only here for like 3 of them, but yes. No, I know, I said that. I said you were only here for a couple of them. I saw. Did you agree with the reasoning? Were you like, yeah, that's legit, they would defeat you? I'm eating blueberries, that's why I'm chewing. Yeah, especially the YMCA folks. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna beat a cop, am I? I mean, a cop would hate crime me. Probably, honestly, quicker than the fucking other guys would. I said someone else would hate crime me. Nah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I said that Instinct would hate crime me. And I think I'm right. But the cop would too. Alright, I finished the blue bit. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you, Mars. I finished my blueberries, which means now I'm moving on to my double chocolate fudge brownie M&Ms. They're both in the same food category. Alright. Don't worry, I have other things to do. It's just that first I'm chowing down on some M&Ms. Okay, let me pull it up. Should I make an ASMR video where I just chew into the microphone? I think I should. Alright. Hold on. I'm pulling it up. I thought that it would be funny if we read some old fan fiction I wrote. I thought that would be funny. I'm gonna search me. Ayo, fan fiction? Yeah. I thought that we would read some of the fan fiction I wrote in middle school. I thought that would be funny. So, see, what's funny to me is that, or well, actually, I'm on the wrong. No, my most of my fan fiction got deleted with the deletion of my high school email because I wrote a ton of stuff under that. Oh, shit's falling everywhere, man. But, and Mars, you've read this before. Let's see. And that's when I'm transferring all my stuff to a different email. I transferred like 2 things over, but mostly I procrastinated until eventually I ran out of time, and then it got deleted, and I'm still spicy about it. Can you go away? Thank you. Ah. I'm going to. Amazing. This is called When the Last Hour Strikes. And it is a fan fiction I made. I wrote this in 2016. Damn. Okay. So some things you should know about 2016-year-old me is that let's go banger fanfic. Yeah, you edited this for me. So something you should know about 2016-year-old me is that I only wrote fanfiction because I wasn't good at coming up with my own characters, and as such, I like to use other people, so I wrote fanfiction. And in particular, this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fanfiction. Because I was a really big fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I also had the biggest crush on Raphael. Because I was a fucking weird kid. And I was madly in love with a goddamn Ninja Turtle. So I wrote this. I specifically remember when I started this because my parents didn't let me have social media. And this counted to them as social media. They didn't let me have accounts on internet things. So I remember like having to show my father the website and be like, I was trying. In retrospect, I think it's funny because I was trying to make sure he didn't realize that it was a fanfiction website and the name of the fucking website is fanfiction.net.
And I recall walking away with my laptop like, I'm so smart. He didn't even realize it. He fucking did. But I had to get my dad to let me write on a fan fiction account, which is funny in retrospect. But he did. So I remember I wrote this in the middle of drama practice. Mars was actually sitting next to me. We were together when I started writing this in the auditorium of our high school during drama practice when I started writing this fan fiction. And throughout the entire way, Mars edited it for me, which was very sweet of her because this fan fiction goes a couple places that we don't want to revisit necessarily, to put it lightly. So yeah, I'm going to read it out, and it's going to be great. I'm going to read probably just the first chapter. Bro, I was up at like 10 a.m. reading sus moments. I don't know what that means, Mars. What is sus moments? Was up at like... Oh, you're saying back then you would be up at... Yeah. I know. I wasn't trying to play dumb. I didn't know what you meant. I thought you were saying like this morning I was up at 10 a.m. reading sus moments, and I was like, I've never heard of that. Is that an Among Us fanfiction? I didn't know what you meant. My mods out here omega lulling me. No, I get it now. You're saying you were... Oh yeah, I worded it. Yeah, it's fine. You were up at 10 a.m. back then reading sus moments. Yeah, that is true. And you were a trooper. You were a trooper. My beloved. So I'm gonna read the first chapter. And I'm basically sealing my fate on this one. I really hope that my father does not watch this stream. There's nothing bad in this chapter, though. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't have put something bad in the first chapter. That's like putting something bad in the first minute of a YouTube video. I wouldn't do that. So yeah, I like to start all of my fan fiction out with a poem in italics. And the funny thing is that I recently wrote another fan fiction that also had a poem in italics. And Mars, you read that one, and don't say it because I don't want people reading recent work of mine. I'm not ready to laugh at that yet. But you might be able to confirm that I tend to start still stories with a poem I make up in italics. But yeah, that is hopefully a metaphor for the rest of the story. Alright, I'm gonna start reading. When the clock strikes 10, it's true. I think this was actually a song more than a poem. I'm pretty sure there was like a whole ass guitar to it, but you won't know what to do. Only 2 hours left, then your soul is good as dead. Then the clock strikes 11. Oh no. You are on death row. You only have an hour left before you have lost your head. The clock has just struck midnight. Don't try to put up a fight. When you hear the footsteps come, there isn't even time to run. This is like, all of these words are rhymed with shit words. It's fine. Then you got a lot of dots. And it says 12 a.m. Because the way that this was broken up was every chapter was an hour. And it took place over 24 days. And, 24 hours a day. Which is funny, because so much happens in these 24 hours. That I think I was just vibing. 12 a.m. She gasped and ran into the closet, slamming the door behind her and clutching the doorknob with both her hands. It was locked, but that wouldn't help at all, except possibly to give her more comfort. The door shook as a scream echoed from the other side, and the girl's hand burned from holding the door closed. "Leave me alone," she cried. There was a loud crack, and she looked up to see that a hand had punched through the door and was grasping at her. She looked down, and her eyes darted to the discarded baseball bat. She tried to roll it towards her with her foot, but she couldn't reach. She took a deep breath and let go of the knob, diving for the bat and turning to the door. It was gone, ripped out of the frame and discarded in the living room, and the horrible creature was standing before her. Go away! I love that, because the contrast between this and the music. You don't like Animal Crossing music in the background of my... Oh, look, it's changing. Just for you. It's gonna change too. Maybe it'll be more fitting. Would you like me to here? I can fix the music actually. What's a good Is that better? No, I got it. I got the perfect one. That's not it. Oh, that's an ad! God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Go away! The monster let out a shriek and darted at its victim. The girl shrieked, closed her eyes, and swung. Raphael leapt off the building and into the alleyway, smiling as he shook his head. You guys want to get caught or something? He hissed. Leave us alone, you freak. Oh, he chuckled. Can't do that, sorry. But if there's two things I don't like, it's purple dragons and purple dragons without bruises. The lead gang member flipped out his knife. Try it, turtle. The red-masked terrapin grinned. Ooh, terrapin. With pleasure. He ran at the tattooed thug, punched him in the chest, sending him flying into the wall. He slammed his arm down on the robber's back, and the criminal let out a breathy gasp before falling to the ground. He looked up at the other purple dragon and raised an eye ridge. Fun fact, because I couldn't say eyebrow, he doesn't have an eyebrow, so I called it an eye ridge, but in retrospect, that's weird as fuck. Wanna go? The thugs looked at each other warily and turned back to him. Raphael grinned and crossed his arms. Boo! They ran away into the street, and Raphael looked down at the unconscious criminal. He scoffed and made his way to the fire escape, climbing up to the rooftops. Raphael leaned his shell against a smoke pipe and sighed. Too easy. There you are. This sounds like it's the start of gay porn. Raphael turned to Casey Jones, who was panting heavily. Did you bring the pizza? I'm the plumber. I'm here to fix the sink. Oh, sorry, he grinned. I left you back there. Casey glared daggers at his mutant friend. Left me? You freaking ran out the other side of town. This is not the correct music for this. Hold on. Dating starts. No. Hold on. No. Actually, you know what it is. Left me. You freaking ran to the other side of town. What happened? Some purple dragons, dude. You couldn't wait for me? I told you. I didn't mean to. Man, if only I had your fitness, Casey joked. I'd be able to run away from anything when I wussed out. Like from shock from seeing your ugly mug. The hockey playing teenager scoffed. If anyone's making people run from a gross face, it's you. Raphael looked down at his feet. Oh, hold on. It's a fucking ad. I'm gonna commit a crime. This isn't it either. Where's the sad one? Sad one. Raphael looked down at his feet, and Casey realized his mistake. Oh. Sorry, man. You know that I think you guys are awesome. And what are you talking about, Casey? I'm fine. I don't care. Funny joke. Now, let's head back to the lair. Casey frowned. He knew when Raphael was covering up his emotions, but he never knew. Hold on. No! Fuck! No! Shit. Isn't this that? Y'all. Raphael stood up and turned to the direction of the lair. His eyes, however, not like that. There's a typo in his. Mars didn't do their fucking job! You want to turn down the music a tad? If I have to. If I must. Ruining everything, not editing my work properly, spelling errors.
The lights were flashing like strobes, and Raphael nudged Casey. Look, Krang? Most likely. Let's do it. They ran to the apartment and tried to open the window from the fire escape, but it was locked. How else can we get in? There was a scream.
This music no longer fits again. Oh, I know.
There was a scream, and Raphael grunted before smashing the glass with his elbow. They crawled in and ran to the sound of the yell. They turned the corner to see a tall silhouette of a creature in the doorway, back to them, reaching into the closet. There was a loud thumping noise, and the monster let out a scream, reaching for its temple with one hand and stumbling backwards. Standing with a baseball bat was a teenage girl, about 17, covered in blood and sweat. There was a loud screech, like metal upon metal, and the tall creature disappeared. The girl dropped her bat and looked up, spotting Raphael and Casey. At the sight of the large mutant turtle, she let out a cry for help and crumpled to the floor. Come on, Raphael walked up to her. What? We're bringing her to Donnie. What? What if that freaky demon comes for her? Well, then be glad you have so many baseball bats. Now help me lift her up. Casey sighed and walked over. What was that thing? I don't know. Then the clock struck 1.
And I'm gonna leave you on that cliffhanger. You can't see it, but I'm throwing up middle fingers. If you want to figure out what happens and the rest of that absolutely beautiful story, go ahead and try to find it on fanfiction. I never realized they literally just kidnap her. No, they rescue her, Mars. They rescue her. They did not kidnap her. They're bringing her to Donatello. They rescue her. It's romantic. Raphael saves her. And she's me if I think about it hard enough.
They don't kidnap her. My God. They save her. Jesus.
Sounds like a kidnapping. Well, it's fucking not, okay? It's not a kidnapping. If I find you dead on the floor and I go, I'm going to bring you to a doctor, that's not kidnapping. Uh-huh. Fun fact, that's completely finished, but there is a sequel to it. In that sequel, I was around the time that I stopped writing fan fiction and started writing my own stories. And as of such, it was around the time that I started going off the script, you could say. In that sequel, there is 0 TMNT characters. They're all OCs. It's not a Ninja Turtle fanfiction. I say it is, but it's not, because not a single one of the characters is a fucking Ninja Turtle. They're not in it. And one of the things that it says in my bio at that website is like, I will never leave a story unfinished. Bullshit. That story has like 2 chapters, and it's supposed to be 24. And it was gonna be like a whole ass odyssey without any Ninja Turtles, but under the Ninja Turtle fanfiction heading. I was really proud of that one. But you know what? You know what, chat? We get places, because the funny thing is, at that point in time, I was just writing fan fiction, but now I'm at college for screenwriting. So we grow up, chat, and we learn new things, and that is the meaning of life. Various chat members, boys, various chat members. I say to myself, but there is no one that I would rather talk to than me and Mars. These M&Ms are good as shit. Yeah. That's amazing. You know what I should do? I should, chat. I should write a novel. But it'll just be that story published. I'm just gonna... Wait, could I put that in a book? Could I put that in a book? Mars, could I put that in a book? That's technically a thing you can do, right? change the names? No. Then it's not as funny. Why would I change the names? Make it work? No. Okay, you're bad. You can like self-publish books. Could I publish it? Or is that under the property of fanfiction.net? I want to publish. Self-publishing. Let's see. Hold on. Self-publishing. Self-publishing is the publication of media by its author without the involvement of an established publisher. The term usually refers to written media, such as books and magazines. Okay. Selfpublishing.com. The #1 resource for self-publishing, with over 105 million books in print. No. We help you write and publish a book. Well, I already have it written, and might I say it's a masterpiece. I need publishing help. Self-Publishing Companies Guide. We review the industry's top self-publishing companies. I'm more interested in the financial aspect, to be completely honest. Self-publishing money. Hopefully there's nothing weird in my search history there. Book sales is the most obvious way to make money from self-publishing. I need to put it on Amazon. Well, technically, as a Twitch streamer, I am an Amazon employee. You know, all of my money goes to the one and only Jeff Bezos. So it could happen, chat. It could happen, chat. I think I will publish it, though. Not now, but one day, I think, chat, I will turn it into a book. And then it will become a New York Times bestseller. And I'm not changing the names. Mars, you can go fuck yourself. I'm not changing that. If I can beat One Direction and fight, clearly, based on the PowerPoint I have presented today, then I think that I could get away with publishing Ninja Turtles. Okay. And with that, chat, I think it's a fucking ad. Oh my god, have fun getting sued by TMNT, I guess. I will sue them before they can sue me, like an Uno reverse card. It's a fucking ad. There's more ads on YouTube today, and I don't think it's funny, and whoever decided to do it doesn't like me. I refuse to give out free advertising. I will not get sued, Mars. And you know what? You're my only mod. I need you to be on my side, okay? Jesus. Chat. I think that's gonna be the end of the stream. Well, how long has it been? It's been an hour and 10 minutes. And, mods are never on their streamer's side. Yeah, but you're also my wife, so I'd appreciate it if, you know, this isn't a strictly business relationship, okay? I stabbed you once. Anyways. That's gonna be the end of the stream. I hope that all of your lives are a little bit different after, that beautiful presentation. Wives are also never on their SO's side. Alright, you know what? / ban it's Mars Caps. Today, we discussed which boy bands I could defeat in hand-to-hand combat, and according to my mod, I was accurate. Though they only saw the last 3 slides, I was apparently accurate. So let it be known that you all should fear me, and if you become a boy band anytime soon, you should be aware that you'll have to face me. And that might scare you. And that's okay. I will be live tomorrow as well. Tomorrow is Friday, and Friday is our variety game day. I haven't fully decided what game I'm going to be playing tomorrow. I have a couple of ideas, and by a couple, I mean 2. I can say them, I guess. I'm either going to be playing Off, which is a fantastic game. That does not get played nearly enough, in my opinion. Or I will be playing Layers of Fear,
which is a scary game. So it's really more of the vibes I want to have and what mood I'm in. I do have class tomorrow, and depending on how that class goes, might change what I'm in the mood for playing, because I have to be not exhausted out of my mind to play a jump scare game. But depending, I'll either play Off, which is very similar to Undertale, or Layers of Fear. So that should be fun. Yeah. All right. I think that's about it. I think I've talked myself to death, and I think I've talked you all to death. So yeah. I guess this is goodbye. Bye. The music starts up as soon as I finish. Because it never ends. The Keep Yourself 53 grind by streamer. By mod. Bye.